Have you ever noticed the creepy details hiding in Peppa Pig? First, Susie's sheep is definitely a clone. Don't believe me? Look closer. In the episode where they help Granny Sheep move, the entire family shows up: Granny, Mummy Sheep, Cousin, and Susie, but not a single male sheep. So how exactly does this family continue? Now here's the kicker. The world's first clone sheep, Dolly, came from Scotland. And Peppa Pig, also born in Scotland. Still think it's just a coincidence? Second, Susie's house is haunted. Watch this box. At first it's yellow. Mummy Sheep carries it into the bedroom. Suddenly it's white. Then, in the very next second, it's yellow again. You tell me what's more believable than a ghost playing tricks? Third, the mysterious apple tree. When Peppa and George run down the hill, there's only one apple on the tree. But just minutes later, when Grandpa Pig shows up to plant trees, that same tree is loaded with apples. Explain that to me. Fourth, Dr. Brown Bear's secret date. On the Ferris wheel, almost every seat is a parent with their kid. Except Dr. Brown Bear, he's sitting with another woman. And remember, his wife is Dr. Hamster. So is he cheating on her? Fifth, Rebecca Rabbit might be a vampire. When the kids are about to enter the treehouse, watch her face. It changes for just a second, then flips back. But I caught it, and the scariest part? When she steps inside, her ears literally pass straight through the roof. If Rebecca Rabbit isn't a vampire, then what is she? What other creepy stuff have you seen in Peppa Pig? Comment below, who knows? I might feature it next time. Have you noticed these creepy things hidden in Peppa Pig? First, Susie's house seems to be haunted. Look closely at this box at the top. It's yellow right now, but when Mummy Sheep moves it to the bedroom, it turns white. Even stranger, the very next second, it's yellow again. Can you explain this, other than it being haunted? Second, Mr. Potato's sinister plan. Potatoes are loved by everyone as food, so why hasn't Mr. Potato been eaten? Even more bizarre, he's encouraged everyone to eat more potatoes. Does Mr. Potato have an evil plot? Third, Peppa's family encounters a ghost. Look carefully as they enter the old house. Mummy Pig held her bag tightly with both hands, and George is keeping a distance from the box. But then, the box moved by itself and came in. And the weirdest thing is when they opened the door and hadn't entered yet, there was nothing behind the toy bird. But as soon as they walked in, a painting mysteriously appeared behind it. Can you explain that? Fourth, the strange tent. In the episode where Peppa's family goes camping, pay attention, this tent is tiny. There's no way it can fit Daddy Pig. But later, he somehow squeezes right into the same tent. What's going on here? Fifth, the disappearing puddle. In the episode where George helps Daddy Pig wash the car, look closely, there's a muddy puddle on the ground. But the next second, it disappears. Why are so many strange things happening to Peppa's family? Have you spotted any other creepy moments in Peppa Pig? Drop them in the comments. Your discovery might be featured in the next video. Have you noticed these creepy things hiding in Peppa Pig? First, Peppa and George's muddy mystery. When they jump in puddles, watch closely. No matter how much they stomp, their clothes stay completely clean. But when they get home, they're suddenly covered in mud. Even stranger, when they walk in, they leave muddy footprints all over the floor. But the second they jumped, the floor right under their feet was surprisingly clean. Can you explain that? Second, Mr. Potato's sinister plan. Mr. Potato is literally a potato. So why does he encourage kids to eat more potatoes? Doesn't he fear being eaten himself? I think it's all part of his master plan. When potatoes go into the kids' stomachs, they quickly take root and grow. The kids are then forced to become containers, controlled by the potato's offspring. And that's when Mr. Potato can command his potato army and take over the world. Third, Susie is friends with a ghost. When Susie first told Peppa about her invisible friend Leo Lion, Peppa thought she was just joking, but then something strange happens. Susie actually saved a seat for Leo Lion, and she played in the mud with him. If Susie wasn't lying, then Leo Lion has to be a ghost. Fourth, Madame Gazelle's strange house. We all know Madame Gazelle's house leans to one side, but when Peppa's family visits, they first slide all the way to the bottom, but then suddenly started walking back up to the other side. The room is clearly shaped like a fifth. What's going on here? Could the house actually be a living creature that can change its structure at will? Fifth, the mysterious hatch. When Peppa and George are sailing with Grandpa Pig, this spot is completely empty, but just a moment later, a hatch suddenly appears. How do you explain this bizarre moment? So have you noticed any other creepy things in Peppa Pig? Drop them in the comments. Your discovery might be featured in the next work.